HAZAH Talk! Hello, all of you Mario RPG fans out there. Welcome to the HAZAH Talk show. We're going to be talking about a game series that is a big gem to all Mario fans alike. The Mario and Luigi RPG game. This game has created a big wide phenomenon all over the world, and it even made me relive my good old days of childhood. I remember my mom gave me a Game Boy Advance SP with a copy of Mario Luigi Superstar Saga for my 7th birthday in 2006. This is how important the Mario & Luigi series is to me. This game series has been released on many systems in the past. The Game Boy Advance, the Nintendo DS, the Nintendo 3DS, and soon will be on the Nintendo Switch in November, which will be the first ever Mario & Luigi game to be put on a home console. No, virtual console re-releases do not count. We're talking about official releases.
But first, a comment contest for this week. What is your favorite Mario & Luigi RPG game? And make sure you go into detail on why you like it and when you first got it.
And if your comment stands out the most, what's next, Kuma?
We will pin your comment to the damn wall, baby!
Okay then. So, join me and my friends as each of us dive to the history of the whole Mario & Luigi series from 2003 all the way to 2024. It's showtime. It was the year 2001, and Nintendo released their next handheld console, the Game Boy Advance. The next-gen handheld with 32-bit graphics and a huge amount of crazy games. Every kid begged their parents for them to buy the special handheld with their own money. We had some crazy games in the past, and some games are re-releases of other Mario titles like Super Mario Advance, aka Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Advance 2, aka Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 3, aka Yoshi's Island, and Super Mario Advance 4, aka Super Mario Bros. 3, which also includes a remake of the Mario Bros. Arcade. Yup! There hasn't been a mainline Mario game on the Game Boy Advance at the time. This is where a game company named Alpha Dream comes into the picture. They made some other GBA games like Hamataro, Rainbow Rescue, and Tomato Adventure. A game about tomatoes. Soon, Nintendo asked Alpha Dream to make a new original Mario RPG for the series. And this is where Mario and Luigi went off on a brand new journey unlike any other. Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga was announced at E3 2003 with a brand new pixel art style turn-based RPG, which allows you to play both Mario and Luigi at the same time with both A and B buttons. And this is also the first time we get a glimpse of Luigi's red and white striped socks to his headcanon design. Yeah, I thought it was worth mentioning. You have a problem with that? The story for Superstar Saga is quite interesting. There's a new villain, Calculetta, and her assistant, Fawful, who stole Princess Peach's voice to awaken the Beanstar. Mario and Luigi need to travel to the Bean Kingdom to stop Calculetta and Fawful before they use the Beanstar to take over the world. We get introduced to some original characters, Queen Bean, Lady Llama, Popple, and Prince Peasley, and so many other characters. With a whole new kingdom to explore, while they were named based on laughs, like Hoo Hoo Mountain, Guafhua Ruins, Chucklehuck Woods, and Tee Valley. Bet you got a chuckle out of those names. The soundtrack of this game was composed by Yoko Shimomura, who also worked on Super Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo, the Kingdom Hearts series, and Street Fighter II, The World Warrior. The most iconic track is the battle theme, when Mario and Luigi do a dance move while they wait for you to make a selection on how to attack.
Are you gonna attack already?
In 1 minute, Bowser! I'm a jamming!
We also got some beans for you to collect to make bean coffee to give to Professor E-Guide to get some upgrades for you to equip during later battles. Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga was officially released on November 17, 2003, and it became a huge success, selling 2.1 million copies of the game, scoring over $30 million by August 2006. The game was a huge hit, leaving tons of fans of the series begging for more. But then, 15 years later, Nintendo would release an HD remake of Superstar Saga exclusively for the Nintendo 3DS in 2017. But we will talk about the remakes later. With Mario & Luigi's first success on the Game Boy Advance, no doubt Nintendo would do a sequel in 2005, with 2 babies on our backs.
Well, I guess this is where I come in, huh? Alright, here I go. It all began on November 21st, 2004, when Nintendo invented the legendary dual-screen handheld, the Nintendo DS. The DS brought us tons of memorable games from our childhoods, such as New Super Mario Bros., Super Mario 64 DS, Nintendogs, Animal Crossing Wild World, The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks, WarioWare Touched, and Mario Kart DS.
Which, by the way, people claim this game as the best game during its time.
Yeah. Thank you, HAZAH. But of course, for this video, we'll only be focusing on one of the 2 main DS games in the series, which is Mario & Luigi Partners in Time. This game was revealed to the public during E3 2005, showing off the trailer as well as the original model of the DS itself. Like any sequel for a game, this one comes with a fresh gameplay mechanic. HAZAH mentioned earlier about 2 babies, which are the main protagonists alongside the adult brothers. While you control the Mario Brothers with the A and B buttons, the babies call dibs on the X and Y buttons, making the special moves in this game even cooler than you would imagine. And the touchscreen? I don't know how to tell you this, but the touchscreen has no use for the entire game. You can only use it to clean the dirt off Tobert's drawing before the Elder Shrewoid boss. Boring as crap! But yeah, anyway, Partners in Time was slightly different from Superstar Saga, giving it a pretty dark, apocalyptic backstory. In the past, the Mushroom Kingdom was being invaded by those disgusting alien species called the Shroobs, led and commanded by their ruler, Princess Shroob. They desired to search for a new home to live in, basically taking what isn't theirs. This all led to the present time, where a catastrophic event happened upon the disastrous return of Professor Egad's time machine. After Mario took care of a green alien, he, Luigi, Egad, and the others discovered a time portal in the garden, which was caused by the time machine. Upon entering the portal, Mario and Luigi traveled to the past, accompanied by a talking briefcase named Stuffwell. And that's when their time-traveling adventures with their baby selves began. This game was released on November 28, 2005, and it sold 1.73 million copies, which is less than what Superstar Saga made. That's fair, I guess. Partners in Time is a good game, but it's not the best entry in the Mario Luigi series. I don't recall a lot of people talking about it either. It's no wonder Alpha Dream skipped on remaking this game. But like every other game in the series, a lot of fans remember the Partners in Time soundtrack, including the beautiful title theme, Phase 2 of Princess Shroob, and Holly Jolly Village. I guess that's one of the main things people remember from that game. Oh, right! I forgot about the theme for Gracie Desert, which was popular enough to appear in Super Smash Bros. Brawl and so on. So, wait a minute. This game implies that the Mario Brothers knew about the Mushroom Kingdom since they were infants? Oh, I swear, this is the second game in the Mario franchise that retconned the Bros' backstory next to Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo. I don't know what Nintendo was thinking when they made those games, pretending that Mario and Luigi never lived in Brooklyn to begin with. But hey, those games wouldn't have been made otherwise. And they're both good games, no doubt. Well, that's about enough of the past. Let's go back to the present and move on to the next game in the series. Specifically, the best game of the series, starring the Koopa King himself.
Jesus Christ. Okay. On October 2nd, 2008, at the Nintendo's Tokyo press event, Nintendo of Japan announced a third Mario & Luigi game for the DS. It was released only in Japan and Republic of China on February 11th, 2009, titled as Mario & Luigi RPG 3. Before the North American release, it was spread on the internet during that year, and we never had an English version till September. And in the meantime, fans were coming up with fake fan-made English titles for the games. One of them being still up to this day is called Mario & Luigi The Chronicles of 3. And the rest are, I'm pretty sure they're all lost media. So, oof.
You know, I kinda believed that title for a while, until the real title dropped on June 2nd, 2009.
Now, when E3 happened, yeah, I'm surprised it did happen, my boy Reggie had this to say about Bowser during E3 2009.
For several months, role-play fans in Japan have discovered that Bowser, that long-time bad guy, really does suck. And I mean that in a good way.
What do you mean in a good way, Reggie? Bowser's an evil bad guy. Like, what do you mean in a good way? What? You get to play as Bowser in a Mario game? What? Excuse me, but what in the world do we live in where we get to play as the villain? Like, excuse me? But the real question is, though, how do they team up together? Like, how do they make amends? Nintendo? What the fuck? On September 15, 2009, the North American version of Bowser's Inside Story has been released, making it as the third installment of the Mario & Luigi series for the Nintendo DS and the Nintendo DSi, with more new and old characters to come, like Toadbird, Dr. Toadley, Chakran, Bronk Monsieur, Bronk Madam, along with new villains to come, like Sergeant Green, Corporal Paraplunk, Private Goomt, and of course a new Bowser villain by the name of Blue Bowser, along with
GTA, that's Dark Bowser.
And a new Bowser villain by the name of Dark Bowser, along with Falfo returning back after Superstar Saga, and Midbus. A really Midbus, I will say. What, that was not funny? Fine. And finally, the evil star called Dark Star and the Dark Star Core. Now, Bowser's Inside Story has its ups and downs. The story alone is what I find entertaining and interesting, with the Toads growing into the Blorbs by eating a Blorb mushroom, and somehow they grew big and thick, with the board meeting trying to figure out how to handle the Blorbs and how to stop this Blorb epidemic. But things just got worse in the Mushroom Kingdom, like always. In the middle of the game, we see Bowser comes across a non-suspicious item shop and gets a lucky mushroom from a very friendly person. And as Bowser, he eats the mushroom, and it gives Bowser the power of suck. Like Kirby, for example. I'm sorry, did Kirby write this game? Bowser returns back to the castle after he got beat up by Mario and flew out the window like Team Rocket, I'm not surprised, and hails them and swallows both Mario and Luigi and Star-Lord, Star-Lo, inside Bowser's stomach. Nintendo, what the hells would you guys in the weird stuff in your games? This is literally the whole hood tail feet joke all over again. I feel like this was made by DeviantArt people. Also meet Star-Lo, a star spirit from the skies above, and gives hints to both Mario and Luigi on their adventure. She does have that same personality like Stuffwell, but except she is in a briefcase. Also on a side note, she's really mean to my boy Luigi. Like, come on, Star-Lo, why you gotta pick on him like that? I swear, poor Luigi. He doesn't deserve this. She would also later return to Dream Team and Paper Jam, but we will get to those games later. Oh, and speaking of Mario and Luigi, they are now finally getting their own dialogues by talking to each other. Like, about damn time. Did you just call my beak ugly, Luigi? But overall, Bowser's Inside Story is one of the best sequels of the Mario Luigi series. In fact, it sold over at least 4.5 million copies worldwide in the past 2 years, making it one of the best-selling Nintendo DS games of 2009. And I do agree. Me personally, I do enjoy Bowser's Inside Story. Like, not only we get to play as Bowser, but the story itself is amazing for a Mario RPG game, the graphics have been improved since Partners in Time, gameplay is smooth, and the soundtrack is slapping like ooh-wee, especially the final boss music. Take a listen. It has that final boss mixture of Kingdom Hearts, Chrono Trigger, and Final Fantasy. Like, it has this is the end music. If Nintendo can make another Mario RPG that has the same final boss soundtrack, that would be badass. Like, please Square Enix and Nintendo, you gotta make another Mario RPG after the remake. It would really, really mean a lot to us RPG fans. But in 2019, Nintendo released a remake of Bowser's Inside Story for the 3DS. Why? I mean, you can already play the original game since it's already backwards compatible on the 3DS, but like, why even bother by remaking it? Hell, this remake will also be part of the downfall of Alpha Dream, but we will get to that later. And thus, this would also be the end of the original sprites era for Mario and Luigi. And we haven't had a new Mario and Luigi game ever since. But in 2013, something big happened with Nintendo. Also, does anyone remember that carrot minigame? You know, where Bowser has to eat a giant carrot into his mouth for a bonsai bill? Like, this minigame is torture. You have to use the DS stylus to chop up the big carrot into tiny pieces in Bowser's stomach in under 1 minute. 1 minute! Imagine you doing this in real life. You wouldn't make it in 1 minute. You would literally choke to death. Like, this isn't Kirby mouthful mode we're talking about here. This is Bowser forcibly eating a giant carrot in 1 minute. Oh, but that's not the worst part. Wiggler gets mad at Bowser for eating the carrot, even though he told him to eat the giant carrot just to get the stupid freaking bonsai bill. And you have to battle him in order to get the dumb freaking bonsai bill. And if you die or fail at this minigame without saving, you have to do it all over again. Like, from the start of the beginning of the freaking minigame, like, it just blows my freaking mind. Like, what the hell were they thinking? Like, I spent nearly hours on this stupid minigame when I was a kid, trying to beat this level, and there were many times where I rage quit Bowser's Inside Story because of that stupid carrot minigame. And years later, I tried beating it again, but this time I had a trick up my sleeve. By using 2 stylized pens so I could speed my way just to move along with the story and see what I'm missing out. And let me tell you, it wasn't so easy to beat. It felt like I just ran through a marathon with my fingers. I was like literally sweating by trying to defeat the Wiggler just to get the stupid freaking bonsai bill. It was worse than that Piranha Plant boss from Mario Party DS. Like, God, just give me an Olympic medal or something. Like, please. I deserve that kind of medal after being treated that way. Like, thanks a lot for that trauma, Nintendo. God, sometimes I'm trying to grab that giga carrot and just shove it down Wiggler's mouth so I can get the bonsai bill myself. God, I'm losing my words.
...2013 is where the Year of Luigi was happening. And we had a bunch of Luigi content like Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon and New Super Luigi U. Oh yeah, Dr. Luigi. But I don't think people remember that game. Then, Nintendo announced Mario and Luigi Dream Team for the 3DS. Although in Europe, it was called Mario and Luigi Dream Team Bros. Why? A game about traveling to Luigi's dreams. Sure is better than exploring Bowser's disgusting innards. The game was released in summer of 2013, and it was definitely something. First, the story. Mario and Luigi and friends. We're going to spend a relaxing vacation on Pillow Island. But of course, a new villain named Phantasma kidnaps Peach as well as teaming up with Bowser. Mario, Luigi, Starlo, and a new partner named Dreambird need to save Peach as well as the Pillow civilians and reclaim the Dream Stone before Bowser and Phantasma uses it to take over the world. Game-wise, it is the same as the other games, but when you're in the Dream World, it's 2D side-scrolling like in Bowser's Inside Story. The Bros attacks make a return, along with the new Luiginary attacks only to be used in the Dream World. We once again have original characters who are literal pillows for some reason. I mean, it's called Pillow Island for a reason. And the Giant Bows make a return too. Those are the only best parts of this game. We also forgot to mention the giant fights were also in Bowser's Inside Story. And that's pretty much it. As for how it went, well, it was a mixed bag. 2.62 million units were sold worldwide, but there was iffy on most parts. But some were positive, like how Luigi is the star of the show for most parts of the game. But the pacing, oh god, the pacing of this game is so damn long. So much tutorials, my god, the tutorials. Dreambird nor Starlo wouldn't shut up. It's a real nightmare. I would constantly spam A to skip through the messages and only get to the good stuff. I think it takes 27 hours to complete, but the game took me a year to complete. No thanks to you, Dreamy Bowser. But overall, the game was a success, and it was even chosen as a re-release for Nintendo Selects. But the sales during the year of Luigi didn't go well either. Poor Luigi, still getting the disrespect. No wonder the year of Shadow is doing better than Luigi. So, yeah, we would not get a Mario and Luigi game till 2 years later, and oh boy, there's a lot to unpack here. Where is he? He's supposed to show up for Mario and Luigi Pay.
What's up?
Ah! Dude, where the hell were you?
Been busy with Turf Wars, but I keep losing because my team sucks.
Whatever, dude. It's your turn now.
Huh? My turn? With what?
Mario and Luigi!
Oh, Mario and Luigi? Well, okay. I guess I can talk about how good the games are. I wonder which one I'm here for the— Hey, wait a minute! Oh, for the love of— Okay. E3 2015. Almost 2 years after Dream Team was released and the Mushroom Kingdom financial crisis happened. Way to go, Luigi. Nintendo would host a digital event showcasing new games for the Wii U and 3DS. However, among all of them, one specific game would be announced, and that game would be a new Mario and Luigi game that would also include Paper Mario? It was a spectacle to behold at the time! Two of the most successful Mario RPG game franchises combining into one game is a dream collaboration come true! Just imagine what kind of plot they can do with the Mario, Luigi, and Paper Mario worlds, huh? Mario and Luigi Paper Jam was released on the 3DS on December 3rd, 2015 in Japan, and a month later on January 22nd, 2016 in America. And how was it? But first, let's talk about its story. And it's actually quite simple. Obviously, the worlds of Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario collide after Luigi opened up a book, letting out paper versions of Mario, Peach, Bowser, and others. Also, before you ask, no, Paper Luigi does not exist in this game. Rest in peace, Paper Luigi, by the way. You will forever be missed. Although, someone did ask Alpha Dream why Paper Luigi wasn't included, and they said, and I quote, "We should stick with 3-button play that 4 buttons might be too difficult and that the game would be frustrating to play. Hello? Mario & Luigi Partners in Time did the 4-button play, and it did it just fine! Anyway, aside from losing the greatest character in all of fiction, this is already a great concept on its own. So what exactly did they do with Bowser and Paper Bowser team up to kidnap Peach and Paper Peach? Okay then, not like Nintendo already did this in many other Mario games before. Oh, but don't worry, I'm sure the characters themselves are unique, with creative ones such as Toads, and Goombas, and the Koopalings. No other cool characters? But hey, at least the worlds are creative too, right? Right? Okay. To get this out of the way, this game came out around the time another Paper Mario game was released for the 3DS, Paper Mario Sticker Star. And not to go into a side rant, but that game is awful and removed everything that made the other Paper Mario games, yes, even Super Paper Mario, so charming. So, if you're expecting Nintendo and Alpha Dream to implement a combination of characters from the Mario & Luigi games or the Paper Mario games, hell, even the partners from the N64 Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door, Nintendo did something even better. Completely strip Paper Jam of any creative and new characters. With the exception of Starlo, who returns yet again after Dream Team, every single character in Paper Jam, whether it be the NPCs, enemies, bosses, etc., are all just generic Mario characters that we've seen in countless games before this. Not to mention the worlds we visit are completely bland and are repeated from the new Super Mario Bros. Series, like Grassland, Desert, Ice World. These two elements helped the Mario & Luigi games and Paper Mario games stand out from the entire Mario franchise, and taking them away completely just makes Paper Jam feel more like a bland Mario RPG that just so happens to be a Mario & Luigi game with Paper Mario in it. Like, I don't know what Nintendo was thinking with this decision. Maybe they forced Alpha Dream to stick with basic Mario characters and worlds instead of giving us a proper crossover with these two beloved games. I don't know.
But hey, be happy they didn't bring Christy back.
I'd rather pretend that she doesn't exist at all. Thank you very much.
Sticker Star is still the worst Paper Mario game, though. Nothing could beat Thousand Year Door.
Yes, GTA, we know.
Shut up.
Gameplay-wise, it's a Mario & Luigi game. It's pretty much the same as last time, being the second game to use the new art style Dream Team introduced. Mario and Luigi run around, collect items, maybe commit murder with hammers, try not to lose sanity after the millionth Toad encounter, and unleash the Bros attacks. But now, you can control Paper Mario with the Y button, and he has his own attacks too. Trio attacks. Kinda like the Bros attacks, but with Paper Mario in it, which is, cool, I guess. But even the gameplay doesn't really feel fun and engaging, because, as I said, every enemy and boss here is generic. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a minigame where you have to rescue/collect toads, and I immediately got traumatic memories of Sticker Star and Color Splash. I was never the same since. Okay, so, since the game has no unique characters, and the worlds are completely bland and uninspiring, what else did this game even add to make it even remotely decent? Well, hear me out. Paper crafts. While the game has its mix of fans and non-fans, it only sold about 1.08 million copies, selling even less than Partners in Time. Yikes. 2015 really wasn't a good year for Nintendo, huh? Anyway, After Paper Jam wasn't really able to meet up with expectations like the other games, what was next for Alpha Dream and the series moving forward? Well, it's kind of complicated.
After the poor sales of Mario Luigi Paper Jam, Alpha Dream decided to try to make another game that made the series good to begin with. So they did a remake of Mario Luigi Superstar Saga for the Nintendo 3DS in October of 2017. The graphics and the music have been redone, well, except Mario and Luigi because they continue to use the Dream Team sprites. The game was actually good and it plays in 60 FPS, which is nice. And instead of the 3D world, like in Paper Jam and Dream Team, the whole map is a still image with lighting effects and 3D effects, like Cagaleta's model from the final boss being the only 3D model. But it sold poorly as well, selling 0.51 million copies. This is not good at all. It was the same game as the original except with better graphics and 60 FPS. So Alpha Dream tried one last time with a remake of Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. Yeah, apparently they skipped Partners in Time because the game is less popular than Bowser's Inside Story. And it got worse, selling 34,523 copies, and that was claimed as the worst selling Mario & Luigi game in the series. Why? Because you can already play Bowser's Inside Story on the 3DS with backwards compatibility. A remake of Superstar Saga makes sense, because Mario fans want to experience Superstar Saga, but they can't buy a Game Boy Advance nor the game because they weren't selling it anymore. Yes, you can buy Superstar Saga from the Wii U eShop on Virtual Console, but if you don't have a Wii U, but only a 3DS, this version is the way to go. But when it comes to the Bowser's Inside Story remake, it just shows how Alpha Dream was desperate. Also, don't get me started with the minion quest from both remakes. It was the most boring part of the game. The only good thing about it, at least from the Superstar Saga remake, is more lore from Fawful that he was planning to betray Cagaleta. So that's something. Sure didn't save the series though. And then 2019, the most tragic thing happened for Alpha Dream. On October 1st, 2019, Alpha Dream has declared bankruptcy, meaning there would be no more Mario and Luigi games in the further future. It was a sad day for us Mario and Luigi fans, and everyone was expressing it, giving a final goodbye to the series. And that was it.
And that's where the story could have ended. People would have moved on from the Mario & Luigi series and maybe even forgotten about them. But other people would replay the games expressing how much happiness and nostalgia it brought to them. Everyone would have wished Alpha Dream luck, moved on with a new career, and that would have been it.
Some people say Mario and Luigi died since Alpha Dream shut down from bankruptcy. Everyone had lost hope for the series to ever return and even make a big comeback. But I didn't. I've had hope for one day Mario and Luigi would rise from the grave once again. Every Nintendo Direct I watch, I would always predict and beg Nintendo to bring back Mario and Luigi. In 2023, I got my wish. Well, kinda.
I love you.
Come on.
Please,
Okay,
please.
Mario Kart Super. No one
I love
cares.
you.
This game sucks. This game sucks.
I'll love you forever if you do Superstar Saga. Superstar Saga. Yes, Superstar Saga! Yes, Superstar Saga's coming to Switch!
And fight with equally
Yes!
Yes, Superstar Saga! Mario Luigi's finally coming to the Switch!
Oh, Minish Cap. Yeah, we win. We win the ZAH.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
They released Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga on the Game Boy Advance Nintendo Switch Online. It was awesome still, but maybe it was a sign. Maybe it was foreshadowing something. Something big. There was also a certain survey Nintendo gave out to fans regarding the Mario RPG series, like Super Mario RPG, Paper Mario, and even Mario and Luigi. That caught my eye so hard, and I thought that this could be it, and that Mario and Luigi would return. Because ever since that survey, they remade Super Mario RPG and Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door for the Switch. This gave me a bunch of hope, and we would wait for the big announcement to happen.
And then, on June 18th, 2024, at the start of the Nintendo Direct, something incredible happened. The day that the Nintendo fans won the war and made us feel the biggest joys of our lives and made us scream like the fangirls that we are. The long-awaited return of the brotherly duo.
Alrighty.
Oh, wow.
Off the bat!
This
Can it
is
be?
just started.
Can it be?
Thousand Year Door.
Mario and Luigi!
Wait, new game?
Oh my God!
Wait, are you serious?
What?
Wait,
Mario and Luigi!
wait, no.
Oh my God!
Already?
It's,
Already?
oh my God! Oh my God!
Are you serious?
Is it really? Oh my God! It
Is
is!
it a new
What is
game?
this? It's a new game!
Mario
Wait.
Luigi game.
It's a new one!
No way. No way. Mario.
Oh my God! Oh! Oh my God!
Yo. Holy shit.
Mario and Luigi!
Brothership.
Mario and Luigi Brothership!
Mario and Luigi Brothership!
November 7th!
Coming
Let's go before my birthday.
this fall!
For the very first time, the Mario & Luigi series has made a grand return. In 3D no less. And on a home console. The home console being the Nintendo Switch. And on top of that, they fixed the biggest issue that Paper Jam was lacking. A battalion of original characters, as well as some new locations, which are set in a different dimension apparently.
We also got these new weird characters that seem to represent plugs, like cords, outlets, headphone jacks, and more. We also got introduced to a new supporting character named Connie. Not sure what her story is, but I could tell she would probably help out Mario and Luigi on their adventure. We also got a new villain and a new helper for the bros named Snoutlet. They completely got rid of Starlo, in which I will miss personally, but that's what she gets for bullying my boy Luigi.
Know your place, trash!
Hashtag stop Luigi abuse.
Mario and Luigi Brothership is releasing in about 2 months at the time of writing this video, on November 7th, 2024, and I cannot wait for this. I can finally relive my childhood on a whole new experience on the Switch.
We all cannot wait for this game, dude. This November is going to be freaking rad. Especially for me, because November is my birth month.
There's not much else to cover because the game hasn't come out yet, but I will say this is very exciting. But please tell us, what is your favorite Mario & Luigi game, and what are you expecting in Brothership?
Hey, y'all wanna roast marshmallows over here? I got more Paper Jam copies to keep the fire going.
Typical Kuma. Excuse me while I go put the fire out.
Hey, what are you doing?
We should wrap up this video.
Right. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to turn on that notification button so you won't have to miss any new videos in the near future. And I'll see you all next time. HAZAH to the Mii-ZAH, y'all. Woo!